Fuck you, dork. Fuck you. Go fart and piss. Hmm. Okay. Legend. Thank you for 54 months. How's it going? It do go. Yep. Yep. That sounds right. Nice Sith. How am I feeling? I'm tired. I am very tired. I didn't go, Grid. I didn't go. Yeah, it was the bone spurs. They got me. Oh, my bone spurs. I've been just busy with work, so I haven't really done much else, unfortunately. Motivation is a strong word. It's just required. That's just when we do it, Valencia. I don't know that there's a particular reason. Toilet 8? Oh boy. I hate how much choice paralysis I experienced recently. It drives me crazy. With my home lab stuff and everything. uh, I'm basically, I don't know. I've been in a experimentation phase for a while. And I feel like I'm on the cusp of greatness, but there's lots of little stuff that I don't know. I need to like set up test things. Time to go farming. Yeah, it takes time to dig in and learn everything, Grid, right? I'm not even doing anything that involves VPN. I'm not doing any like outward exposed stuff. But I did clean out the first server, the original server. I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. I kind of thought about it possibly being like a sandbox to test stuff. But I don't know that it's going to be that great of a sandbox because it's not going to have certain things that the main server does have. I kind of want to put Proxmox on it, but I'm scared of what the IMMOU groups are going to look like. I had to buy like 5 different motherboards to get the server, the main server I'm using now, onto a motherboard that had groups I could actually fucking use. And I'm going to bet that the first server doesn't just accidentally have great IMMOU groups. I'm going to guess most people don't have any idea what the hell I'm talking about with that, but basically the hardware on your motherboard, connected to your motherboard, is identified by IDs that are specified by your motherboard. And they're called groups because it can cover multiple pieces of hardware. It's kind of like groups of PCI lanes or PCIe lanes. So the problem is, if you want to do something like virtualization where you need to be able to allow or pass through a particular piece of hardware to a virtual machine, you need to be able to identify it somehow. And that's where IMMOU groups come in. But where there a problem is when the motherboard arbitrarily groups a bunch of different pieces of hardware together, you are fucked. These are not editable things. It's whatever the motherboard provides, and that's that. So the reason I had to go through a whole bunch of motherboards was because I wanted to run Proxmox, which is basically a virtualization manager or a virtualization environment. You don't have to worry about it. It's an operating system. And then I wanted to run TrueNAS, my hard drive managing software, as a virtual machine inside of that. But to do so, I wanted to, or needed to really, pass my hard drive hardware to that virtual machine. And when you do that, you're literally passing it. Nothing else can use it. So if your hard drives are like combined with something else, like say the drive that you've installed your operating system on, if you try to pass that through, you're going to have big problems. Does that make sense? And that's a really painful problem to have when it means you basically have to buy a whole entire different motherboard. And that was what I went through with my current main server. This would be less of a problem, or perhaps not at all a problem, if I were using genuine server hardware and not essentially consumer desktop computer, workstation computer hardware. Because consumer motherboards and stuff like that aren't designed really for this sort of stuff. They rarely support like ECC memory. They're not trying to have good IM fuck's sake, IMMOU groups, stuff like that. So really, if you want to run a server like this and you want to have this level of control, you would be better served like probably buying an aftermarket server from a recycler or something, you know, like a Dell Blade kind of thing. Is it IOMMU? I get the fucking, I don't know. It's probably IOMMU, yeah. I guess I've been saying IMMOU. Yeah, the other thing you can do is you can just go bare metal with TrueNAS as your whole operating system. It's kind of funny because TrueNAS also offers virtualization and the ability to run containers and stuff. But I personally prefer the idea of TrueNAS being really specific in purpose rather than... I'm just starting to drift away from running apps and things like that inside of TrueNAS. I just don't know that it's the right setup for me. I think I'd like it better if it were just handling the NAS task and nothing else. I feel like there's advantages to it, Grid, because I think it makes certain concerns more manageable from my perspective in terms of like, I like the portability of TrueNAS just being a virtual machine. It would make backing up configuration and stuff like that, I feel like, kind of clean and simple. If I need to replace it, I can just blow away the virtual machine and create a new one. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like we all have... Ooh, excuse me. We all have like different portions of DevOps knowledge scattered amongst the various of us who talk about this stuff. Zero knowledge, just Google. Yeah. At any rate, I run a bunch of apps inside of TrueNAS now, and I want to migrate off of that to running the containers outside of TrueNAS and have them interface with it over NFS. And I am kind of a novice, well, I'm a total novice when it comes to that particular type of a setup. But I think I know how I want to approach it. And I just kind of like, I don't want to blow away my existing stack I want to kind of build a stack and parallel test first, make sure that it actually works. That's what I want to do. The scary time grid. Need for Speed. Yeah, I want to use Need for Speed to manage everything from here on out. Come to think of it, I don't actually know what NFS stands for. I think it's Network File System, maybe? It is Network File System. A distributed file system protocol originally developed by Sun Microsystems in 1984. So essentially, TrueNAS just provides the storage, and then it's all shared over the network via NFS. And then I build out my app stacks in a Docker virtual machine that is managed inside of an app called Dockhand, where I can just set up the NFS shares as volumes that I can then connect to my stacks. And that just sounds good. It sounds nice, but I'm afraid. Rust detected. Well, there's always a little bit of, you know, seafaring terminology overlap. Dev. Right? Docker, Dockhand, containers, cargo, crates, stacks. It's all a small world. Have I shown you Dockhand? Can I show you Dockhand? It's probably safe. Why wouldn't it be safe? Let me think. Show anything I care about? I don't think so. Just don't show my IP, bro. I don't think it does. Why would it do that? It wouldn't do that. Right? You would never do this to me. Would you? Alright, Food. I think we get how 3-letter acronyms work. Oh, so this here's Dockhand. Excuse me. So I have an Ubuntu server virtual machine that just has Docker on it. And then I Docker composed this into existence in there. And it's pretty sick because it's basically like a full manager. Apparently a decent number of people trying out Element are getting accounts suspended on the official matrix. Huh. Weird. So this is the environment that's on that server. I could have other, like if I set up another environment on my other server, I could plug that in here too and manage it from here too. But right now I just have the one environment. And then here's my containers. Got actual dockhand itself, Grossi, Homar, Moretta, Nginx, Proxy, Notifier, Redis, Search, Ing, and Speed Test Tracker. But interesting about this is I didn't install any of these using Dockhand, so Dockhand has just sort of pulled these in. I think you have more features and stuff if you do build out the stack in Dockhand. I just haven't done that yet myself. It doesn't look like it's hard. Just haven't had a reason to try it yet, or haven't got around to trying it yet. And it's nice how it's just like, wham, here's all of your Docker apps. Here's all their ports, usage, uptimes, current state. It's nice. You can also look at them in a stacks arrangement, because some stuff is like multiple containers working together. Like Redis and searching here are actually just one stack. See, it groups them together here. And then you can compose from Git. You can adopt stacks into Dockhand. You can create new ones. Just write up a compose right here. Set up environment variables. And then create and start. And you can kick off a stack, which is pretty sick. Ow. I'm not okay. You can also manage images and volumes, which is really nice. So like, for instance, you can see there's some unused images. That stuff tends to just pile up and waste space in a Docker environment. So boom. Pruned 11 images, freed 250 megabytes. It's pretty nice, right? Yeah, absolutely, Grid. Why not? There's a lot of interesting stuff with regards to retro gaming and ROMs in the self-hosting space. Docker is really not that complex. You just have to kind of dive in, Grid. I mean, I could give you a super crash course. So, on my Proxmox, or wherever you run your virtual machine, I have an Ubuntu server. So sign in. It's just regular ass Ubuntu, right? And sudo apt-get install. Well, you want to update. There's one zombie process. And then sudo apt-get install Docker. WM Docker, huh? Okay, maybe things have changed in Ubuntu. I have Docker installed on here. I installed it a while ago. I don't know what it's talking about there. My crash course is already bad and terrible. And then Docker basically is just a service that's running. So I'll clear here. In my home area, or my home directory on the server, I just have a bunch of folders for each app that I want to run. So, as an example, let's go to Homar. I've just got a Docker Compose in here. I didn't make that Homar folder. Let's look at the Docker Compose. I probably got the Docker Compose from Homar's GitHub repository. They probably provide an example. It looks like this. I just copy pasted this in here most likely. Don't look at my secret encryption key. But this is probably essentially just what they gave me. I don't think I changed a thing. Already has the volume set up, port set up, blah, blah, blah. And then once you have a folder, you have a Docker Compose file. In that directory, you just run Docker Compose up. It's recreating it. And there we are. Now Homar is running. And I'm attached to it currently. I'm attached to the process. So I'm going to hit D or Control C. Yeah, I'll just kill it, I guess. If you do -D, you can start it up detached. So it's just running in the background. And that's it. If I want to kill it, I can do Docker Compose down. And of course, things are probably happening over here, I would imagine. Refresh. Yeah, Homar went away. Yep. And so I took Homar down. If I want to pull the latest containers or images, Docker Compose pull. Now Homar is updated, and I can just bring it back up. Boom. And then it should reappear. Yeah, here it is. It's back. That's it, basically, man. Homar is just sort of like a customizable roll your own dashboard thing, so you can link to a bunch of crap. So this is mine, for instance. It's just a nice way to organize quick links, random stuff, schedule, yada yada. So this is Homar, which is now back up and running again. Yep. So it's, that's really the tutorial. It's pretty easy. You don't have to know a whole lot. And then you can learn more as you go. So, like I mentioned, there were like volumes. The thing to understand about that stuff, let me go in here real quick. So into the create stack, there's an example here. This is way more straightforward than it looks, right? So if you have an app that needs to store stuff somewhere, this is a map, okay? So like on this Ubuntu server, this is the local machine. And you can imagine that there's like outside the container and inside the container, right? So in this volume declaration here, ./HTML would be on the Ubuntu server, colon, user share nginx/HTML is inside the container. So it's mapping one to the other. And then in this particular case, the additional colon and then RO, that's read only. Most of the time, you don't even need that. You literally can just have this mapping. So outside, inside. Same purports. Outside, inside. So like, for instance, you can't have everything on port 80, right? You're going to have conflicts. So when you have multiple apps running, if they all run on port 80 inside their own container, it doesn't matter. Because you can map it to anything outside, right? And if we go and we look at my list of containers here, we can see that that's kind of the case. There's a few where there's overlaps right here. Speed test tracker is technically broadcasting on port 80, but we've got that mapped to something else. And then we have nginx proxy. This one, we are keeping those mappings exact because we need that for our URLs. So that's actually, everything runs through these. There's another port 80 here for Moretta. That's mapped to a different port. Grossy, same deal. So yeah, that's how it works. So if you want to control where the storage of stuff is, that's how that works. Like you probably would want to pick some place on your server where you want to organize all of the storage that you're assigning to your containers. So you would make like, I don't know, so like /docker and then have like / and then the name of the app and just have all of the, like a folder for every app and make that the volumes. You could do like /docker /volume /app name. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. There's not any like prescribed way. It's just more a matter of how do you want to organize it so that you can understand it and so that you don't forget how you set it up. And then what's nice about something like Dockhand is like you just have like this nice interface of controls for managing all of it. So in terms of volumes, there's a whole thing right here where I can just see them all. And I can see where they are. I can see what they contain. And I can reference them when I'm setting up new stacks and stuff like that. As you can see, I was experimenting with NFS, and these do work. So like this is connected to TrueNAS. And if I open that up, it's our media storage area. And that's on the TrueNAS. And Dockhand is on the Docker virtual machine. So that's what I'm experimenting with. For some reason, it says that they're local. I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't be considered local, but whatever. And then these other ones were created by those stacks. So don't be scared of it. It's not hard. I think it's pretty easy to get into. Yeah, it's always good to keep some notes. That's enough of that, I guess. Yeah, I'm not anywhere near an expert enough to embark on making content about it. I wouldn't call myself an expert in any capacity with regards to this stuff. Cockpit? No, I have not. Let me take a look. I know I didn't like Portainer. Cockpit project, is that what it is? Interesting. It seems like a systems manager. Are you sure this is a container manager? Oh, you can create virtual machines, but is that on the machine that you're managing? This is confusing. Oh yeah, you're doing Podman, huh? I've thought about wanting to potentially move to Podman, but I'm worried about... I don't know that that's... Is it a total drop-in? I mean, yeah, that seems like the same kind of setup that I was displaying here with Dockhand, right? Because obviously Docker is compromised. This is quite interesting, Dav. And it looks like I could... It looks like I could manage all of our computers from this thing. Like, I could be IT around here. Basically. Yeah, Docker needs root. It does that Docker sock shit or whatever. So the stuff that I was showing, I mean, this is definitely different. This seems like a... I don't know that I would want to use this for container and stack management. But it does look interesting for, like, all computer management. Like, I could... For instance, like, if Nakomi has an issue, I could, like, hop onto this and take a look at what's going on with like diagnostics and updates and stuff, right? That's what it seems like. I mean, now that she's on Arch, that'd be easy. Yeah. The thing is, the reason I like Dockhand is that it's just clear. It's just clear. I didn't like Portainer because everything was buried. And I don't know, there was something kind of nonsensical or illogical about how a lot of it worked that just sort of rubbed me the wrong way. And then every other manager that I tried was kind of similar or deficient. Whereas Dockhand is just like containers, boom, stacks, boom, logs, boom. Like it's all there and all just clear. There's no... It's not like weirdly buried. I want to, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do because I would also like to finalize my remote encrypted backups setup. Currently, the only thing that is being offsited is our photos. So those are automatically synced to a Backblaze B2 and encrypted. And that's great, but that's just the photos. There's a lot of other stuff that I want to basically slot into the same system. Like, I want to do that for all app configs. I'd like that to all be automated. All of our important documents. Task till dawn. Good name. Yeah, that's also what I'm trying to do, Valencia. I'm trying to figure out what the best approach is. Like, I'm wondering, would you sync thing a home directory? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know that that would be cheaper, Copper. Currently, I am paying nothing for my photo backups on Backblaze B2. I don't know when it's going to start costing money, but currently, I think if I changed nothing, I would be paying 0 usage costs for forever, basically. Yep, that is what I said, Food. I said that essentially tongue-in-cheek. Hey, geez. Yeah, I haven't embarked on it yet, but Sync Thing looks really good to me. And there's a couple features that I really like. One of which is that you can enable file versioning. which seems pretty cool. Yes, it's sick. Yeah, you can do, like, you could say, I want to have up to 15 versions of the file before they drop off, right? Hey, baby. Are you okay?
Yeah, that hurt.
Sorry.
2 things.
2 things.
1. I was reading a book, and I really hate when they don't do timeline management. It pisses me off, and the only thing that pisses me off more than that happening is that it doesn't happen until the end, and I can't DNF it with, like, vitriol now. This is at, like, 97%.
I'm sorry.
Secondly, I just switched over to Arch Linux, and all the jobs I'm looking at are, like, Windows. I'm like...
They have to be Windows?
Most of them, yeah, because they require, like, special shit. There's, like, one that I saw that they would send you equipment, and I think that was TurboTax. Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
They should send you equipment if you're an employee.
Depends on the kind of employee, I think.
I guess.
But, yeah, those are my 2 complaints. Look at that dog.
Yeah. He's a cute doggy. He's a cute doggy.
I think he wants something.
Attention.
I didn't smack his butt. I walked right past him.
You better smack that butt. Right. So basically, you wouldn't sync thing a home directory. Got it. I was just thinking about, like, you know, on Nakomi's end of things, I'm dragging her into my world. Right? So I've got her on my password manager now. I'm pretty hype about that. I would like to also have her on the backups train with me, but I want stuff for her to be, like, no-brainer and out of her face. I'm a psychopath, and so I'm fine with fiddling with apps and configuring with things and opening up the terminal all the time. But I don't want her to have to do any of that.
You talking about me?
I am. I was talking about the stuff that I want to do with regards to, like, server stuff and backups, and how I want to set things up in such a way that it's out of your face, but that you're still covered.
We can do terminal shit.
I know. I'm just saying that I don't want it, anything that I want to do, I don't want it to be an imposition.
I don't mind terminal as long as you give me a list of general commands.
Yeah.
Because I haven't used it in so long, but, like, I never had a problem with that.
Well, that's not so much, I'm not talking about one-off things like that. What I mean is whatever stuff that I set up for us, I want it to be one and done and not something that you have to fiddle with on a regular basis, is what I'm driving at.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I don't even love the image situation, because the image situation unfortunately requires that you open the app to sync, and that's friction.
Right now I'm having a problem with the password thing again. Because it keeps logging out of the browser, so it's not saving things.
It's logging out of the browser because it's not saving things. You mean this guy?
Yeah.
You can configure that.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh. Hello? Oh.
That might be useful later.
Yeah. this is what you want. You can set up a pin for a quicker unlock. You can also say like how long you want it to time out or not time out ever. That might be what your problem is.
Yeah.
Because mine, it doesn't, it stays on once I've put in my master pass until I close the browser. Don't listen to these security notes. I'm changing everything. Don't listen to any, well, I mean, listen to everything, and I'm changing it all, so fuck you. You know, and whether it should lock or log out, you know. So, yeah, I think you can just adjust all that stuff to taste.
Yeah.
It's by default set up to try to be secure, but I mean, it's to a degree where it's like, we're not in an environment where people are going to walk in and touch your computers, so it doesn't quite need to be so strict.
Also, with image, I don't mind doing that. Just logging in. I just don't take that many pictures.
Sure. But I was giving that as an example of like, I want stuff to be no-brainer. I don't want it to be a speed bump ever.
Yeah. Well, we're going to a whole new system tomorrow, so there's probably going to be quite a few speed bumps.
Yes, our Graphene OS phones arrive tomorrow.
I'm going to try to do mine by myself.
Yep, that's going to be a whole other adventure. But what I love about all this stuff is how all of these things integrate and interoperate together. That really tickles something in my brain.
We really need the Kindle too. I feel like that will bring everything together.
There are pre-installed, but we're not doing that. We are getting from the factory unlocked Pixel 9 Pro XLs.
Yeah.
And then we're doing the Graphene install ourselves because I was not comfortable with pre-installed.
It also was like the same price.
Yeah. It's not really a deal.
If you were going to do it and you wanted a 9 Pro or Pro XL, actually anything other than 9A, which the 9As are shit apparently, get on that soon because they are not available like anywhere anymore.
Yeah. But at some time in the future, Graphene has partnered with a phone hardware maker. So there may be a phone tailored to this in a year or two. Yeah. We didn't go for 10 because 10 doesn't have physical SIM.
And because they're trying to
and yeah, Google is being more fucky. So you really, that's why the dedicated hardware is going to end up being the way to go, because Google is slowly but surely shutting the Android door on us all. That's what's happening.
Yeah. I went back and forth through a lot, and also the 10 is not that much different from the 9 Pro.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like the wiser option.
Yep. Also, that is interesting, Valencia. A marked NFC to trigger the sync of photos. I'm so curious. You're in the Discord, right? Maybe send me a link to some details on that concept, because that sounds cool. It sounds like a security key, which is also something that I've been exploring. Kind of want to do YubiKeys, possibly.
My phone is always unlocked.
No, like, I mean, we're about to.
Oh, we're
about to have, 2 unlocked phones, right?
Yeah, no. They're both new. They're both unlocked. And they're both returnable in case they aren't. I made triple sure that was the case. because I know Amazon is fucky with that, and they all say that they're unlocked, but sometimes they're not. So I ordered 2 off of Best Buy, and it is a third-party seller, but Best Buy does the returns. So it should be okay if they do some weird OEM lock shit. But yeah, I researched the shit out of that.
She did.
And I know how to flash the hardware or the Google software back on, so we can tell them that we did nothing and it's not our fault and to give us back our money. I've already looked into it, made sure everything was fine.
Yeah. I'm also curious about looking into whether you can like image them or snapshot them so that you can do encrypted backups of the whole phone, for instance. That would be cool. Like
Possibly.
I said, I love the idea of all of this integrating together in this way. I have not updated my iPhone in a while because of all of the stupid bullshit that Apple has been doing.
Oh yeah, I haven't updated mine.
Kind of feels like we are
a long time.
Under attack from every direction. Would it be that expensive? I mean, we didn't get very big storage-wise phones, did we? 128, I think.
Yeah, these are just 128.
128, and I mean the server is 40 terabytes, so plenty of room for some snapshots, I think.
One of the servers is 40 terabytes.
Yeah, the other server is 20 terabytes. Yeah, retention time would be the thing for sure.
Yeah. We could have gone for the 256, but I didn't. We still don't know if we're gonna like it.
Yeah, this is an experiment for us.
And like, it was significantly more expensive. The ones I got were 700, and it's only for the Green Pro XLs that are 128.
Oh. Reminds me, I wanted to show you something. It sounds like I'm typing a whole fucking paragraph when I type my...
They do not have a micro SD card slot. But with the way that we're backing everything up, we're not going to need that much storage anyway. Like, we already have image for pictures, and that's most of, like, what takes up a lot of memory. We're not popular people. It's not like we have contacts.
I mean, those are tiny anyhow.
Huh?
I said those are tiny anyhow.
Yeah.
But yeah, check this out. So you can, in the actual, like if you go to the Vault Warden and you go into your account there, you set up emergency access. And you can do, like we can do for each other, so we can view all. Or you can do a takeover thing. And it has like a countdown time. So basically, after I've been dead for a week, or any like a variable amount of times here, then it gives you the option to take over.
That's good to... I thought we could also just share our accounts together.
Yeah, we can share stuff to each other. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I looked at that because we only just now finally got here. Yeah, but I was looking at it and I'm like, how? I don't remember how. Like, so if I'm, like how do I make a vault? Yeah, I haven't looked in a while. I need to look at the documentation. What's up? Almost no flagship has removable storage outside of Sony phones. Yeah. Yeah, that stuff's all been going away. First, Google says full image isn't possible with Graphene OS's backup option, but another says Seed Vault with your mileage may vary. Interesting. Seed Vault.
Yeah, headphone jacks were a thing.
Well, you know, I don't know that full backups are necessarily required. It was just something that crossed my mind, and it was actually just inspired by the fact of knowing that Graphene has that feature where you can do a button combo to blow away your phone. So I just imagined a good thing to couple with that feature would be full phone backup. So that if ever you, for some reason, need to blow away your whole phone, you're down while you're out, but then you know you can restore it later. Seed Vault, interesting. It needs to be integrated in your Android ROM and cannot be installed as a regular app. Interesting.
Yeah, the install for the Graphene OS is interesting and also pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many, like, if you have this operating system or you're using this, you can't do that. You need to do something. Like, for just about everything. I did actually have to get Chromium because the other web browser is not applicable for the web installer.
I created a Seed Vault backup. My old phone. Flashed Graphene OS. Store from backup. Got an error. Created a new backup. Restored that backup. Realized that they didn't back some stuff up. They give it a 7 out of 10. Not sure how helpful this post was. I mean, it seems like something that you can do. It does look like it's probably a little bit difficult.
I think you'll have fun with that. I just remembered something else I wanted to get you for your birthday. So,
okay. Bye-bye. What I really want is automated backup to the NAS. So maybe full phone imaging isn't exactly the right way to think about it. I don't know. What does Seed Vault support? Can I back up to a NAS? Seed Vaults. Seed Vault backup to WebDAV mounted drive. Interesting. I mounted my NAS drive via DAV X5 for a WebDAV mount. Backups do appear to be working, but I'm wondering why each backup is increasing the size significantly on my NAS. I'm not backing up anything other than the apps, and it started off about 18 gigabytes, and now the backup several days in is 60 gigabytes. Is this going to keep stacking up? Hello, Nomadic. This could be caused by something called a backup retention. A backup retention defines how long a backup image is kept. The most common backup retention is known as grandfather, father, son. Grandfather backup is a monthly full, typically kept for a year. Weekly is known as father, runs every week, typically kept for a month. And daily backup, known as the son, typically kept for 1 week. In each scenario, the retention is overwritten after it expires. I like how easy that is to understand. It also seems like a pretty logical endpoint, because I've done I've written my own like backup scripts and stuff in the past, and I did have slow realizations of like, actually just doing a backup every, day or every, 5 hours or whatever seems like there's probably better ways. As you can imagine, this can take up a tremendous amount of space on a backup NAS. Essentially, you end up with 7 daily backup images, plus 4 weekly backup images, plus 12 monthly backup images on your NAS. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it would be that bad. Okay, well, at any rate, it does seem like various options are available, so it's gonna just it's gonna mean some digging on my end, some digging, some researching. That's fine. I'm used to that. Yeah, rip headphone jacks. That shit sucks. Folder sync, huh? The app looks pleasant, but I don't like what I'm seeing in other ways. I think SyncThing is more my speed because I would like to self-host. I don't want to pay for an app, and I don't want to have a Play Store requirement. And this does have that. So it does look nice though. It does a local SMB. If there's a free version, they're not showing that clearly, because when I get down here, it says choose your plan. It says view price on Google Play. And on Google Play, it says it is $7. That's Folder Sync Pro. So maybe there's a Folder Sync not Pro. There is a free version. Contains ads and in-app purchases. Unfortunate. And then there's Sync Thing Fork. App experience definitely doesn't look as nice. I will admit. And they had some troubles. That's why it's Sync Thing Fork. I think the original maintainer gave up. They got tired of getting kicked off of Google or whatever. Apparently, it's a big pain in the ass. Image is great. Jeez. I actually gave them a little bit of money because I think Image is fantastic. You're going to buy yourself a present? Okay. You're allowed. As a treat. Okay. It's a whole world of presents. Everyone gets a present. Seems like deduplication is dependent on the file system. This has led me to Restic. Never heard of it. 32,000 stars. Restic is a backup program that is fast, efficient, and secure. It supports the 3 major operating systems, Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and a few smaller ones, FreeBSD and OpenBSD. Saving a backup on the same machine is nice, but not a real backup strategy. Therefore, Restic supports the following backends. Storing backups natively. Local directory, SFTP server, HTTP REST server, Amazon S3, OpenStack Swift, Backblaze B2, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Storage, and many other services via the rclone backend. It looks nice. Restic looks very nice. Okay, so Restic. Very nice. Oh. uh, TrueNAS comes with Restic. Learning new things all the time. So in some sense, I've already been using it. Deduplication in image. It does have that, yes. I think I can show you if you're interested to see. I think it should be safe. Let me check. I did recently go through and like get rid of all of like, I took a photo of a document, that sort of thing. Not to mention like location identifying stuff probably should not be showing. Let me check here. Okay. It seems safe. Let me show you real quick. Yeah, image is great. I'm very pleased with it. Why did job sites cost money? What ones are you looking at? So here's image. Flashbang. It's very nice. You got a whole timeline exploration. Bun Bun, what are you doing? You know this is like not normal, right? What are you doing? What is this business? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? A lot of nice features in this app. Can you be normal? Flex jobs and Indeed wants your firstborn, huh? I thought Indeed was free. Is this normal? What do you have to say for yourself? Yeah, Bun cries and screams when Nakomi leaves the car. Do you have anything to say to the people? Yeah? That's it? Is that it? Why are you burying your head like an ostrich? Bun. Isn't she great? What are you doing? Look at her. Bun. Do you know that you're a nerd? Uh-oh, a cat did something. Yeah, a cat did something, huh? Did a cat do something? Did a cat do something? Oh, wow. How dare you bite me like this? How dare you bite me like this? Oh yeah, Bun is big into groveling. Anyway, I came in here to show Copper the utilities. Obtainium. That's about to be relevant. But anyway. Review duplicates. This is a picture of some hail. Trash 1. These are the same image. You can click on to select, deselect. You can blow them up so you can see what's going on. It's got an editor. It is weird that I did that in the middle of this, so now I don't know. I edited this one on the right, so I guess that's the one I'm keeping. Trash 1. You can also have it stack them. You just want to keep them all. You can also trash them all. You can also just deselect and trash all. Because sometimes it'll show you, you'll have a bunch, right? I'm so scared that it's going to come up to a document that I've missed. Although, fortunately, it should be very small. Shouldn't matter too much. Now, you see, this one's in 2 albums. This one's in 0 albums. Should keep this one, right? I feel like it should prefer ones that are in albums already. But it seems almost like it prefers ones that are not in albums. It's kind of strange. See? That's a little bit weird. Hey, it's my stupid face. Oh, yeah, I guess it is preferring larger file size. I'm not that too bent about it. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably preferring file size, and that's probably what's going on. But that might be because... Yeah, I guess I haven't really been paying close attention. Also, I could be here for quite a while. You can just trust it. If you want to go crazy.
Like we see the brand of whole like view of
Yep, Gran Turismo. No, it's not superimposed, but I see what you mean. I don't know why I have this picture. Pizza patties with cheese and pepperoni. Ugh. Teacher of chemistry AI trainer. Yuck. Yeah, that sucks. No, this is an actual bed. It might be a Squishmallow bed. We got some Squishmallow beds, right, Nakomi? There was a Red Fox one as well. Another thing that I'm like dreading possibly appearing in the photos is there was I took a photo of a shit that Chew took one time. I needed it for veterinary purposes. And then it became the most persistent photo. And a previous app that we were using for photos on the server also loved to grab that photo and make it like the featured photo for albums and stuff. And it just wouldn't go away. I kept trying to delete it and it would come back and I'm like, I swear to fuck I deleted this fucking turd. And I dread it now whenever I look at a photo album. I'm like, I have PTSD, poop traumatic stress disorder. Huh. Oh yeah. I saw this out on the road one day. Car in front of me. Yeah. I'm trying not to show us. I'll stop showing off the album. Oh god, yeah. That stuff is so fucked up, Rudy. I do have to show off a favorite bun photo real quick. Enhance? Sir, I have placed all of my beans in a line. That's an all-timer. She was just watching me like that, like a little freak. There's Bun and Chew in their little tent. Here's a photo of my nightmarish setup. There's kind of a lot going on. Don't look at the chords. 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 I think I have a photo of the retro towers in here somewhere.
I assume cranking
Oh,
it
yeah.
will do nothing, right?
Nakomi stumbled upon these odd screenshots that I had in the album. And basically, there was somebody at my work that for a period of time, and Beer, thank you for that gift sub to Rudy. They were killing me with their habit of abbreviating kickoff call and then weaving that into sentences, such as, and also, not to mention, it was killing me. This is a crazy one. This is an amazing bun photo. You're not ready. It might be too powerful. This is also how I mostly experience Bun, because when I lay down to go to bed, she gets right up there because her whole objective is, I want to lick your mouth. And so I have to just constantly be fighting against her. The littles do join us in the bed. They like to burrow. We definitely have those intrusive thoughts, but it's fine. We're not it doesn't seem like there's much threat. She moves. And we also detect. Oh yeah, here's Nakomi's Game Boy Color case. That project is sitting in a bin somewhere, waiting, wishing to be done. This is the last thing I drew. I've been drawn for a while. I was super pleased with the sort of water webs. I wasn't sure how to approach those. Frog. What else have I got for you? You might like this. Could I interest you in bun dreaming? She does. She yips. She was really going there. Look at her. You find this weird? Is it the lullaby or the giant baby or the sky vagina? Bellman, thank you for 145 months. This is good music for watching Bun dream. The dreamy music. She wasn't making any noise in particular for all of this. I remember because I noticed she was doing it because there were some yips. But then I wanted to capture them and she didn't yip again. She just made a lot of little weird facial expressions. Oh yeah, both of these dogs are heaters. They are so warm. I don't, Grid. I don't. It's all... Craig has created a soundscape of pure enigma. I have no damn idea what's coming at any point. Ah, yes. Here's when I was hyped up about our finalized projector setup. Stack of Switch games on the table. That is... Are you still here, Nakomi? Do you know what size? I think it's 100 or 110. Yeah, it's 110 probably. Surprisingly affordably. Here's a farther back shot. So there's the projector there. I just have it on a stand. It has been knocked over twice. Both times I was like, well, it's fucking over. It was fine both times. We literally have the projector screen over the door. So we cannot use the door. It's LCD. You have like 4 projectors. Actually, I have a photo here of both Bun and our prototype projector. Which was insane. But it worked. Nakomi put it together. So there's the Bun. And then the background. On the game shelves, vinyl. This was shortly before we ended up getting the screen. Vinyl taped to the front of the game shelves. I think approximately 70 inches. This is a much better way to do the pictures, so I can make sure to screen things. You guys might like this one. I have a few ridiculous photos of Chew here. Here's one. He looks like a fucking hippo. This one's also ridiculous. This one's weird because only Chew is out of focus. Maybe he's an out of focus dog. He looks like he was photoshopped onto the picture. Yep, shelves crystal clear in the background. Ah, here's an all-timer. This one is seriously an all-timer. You're not ready. This photo is too powerful. Brace yourselves. They're both doing the DILF face. Yeah, they're just screaming. Absolute all-timer. This is appropriate music. I have stumbled upon Nakomi's computer build. I'm gonna miss computer builds. Here's one with the door off. Here's another good bun. Bonus background chew. Digging through photos still, sorry. This one's very good. Here's a very, very good Halloween shoe. Sorry, I guess this has kind of turned into Grandpa showing you dog photos. Night, Cheese. I gotta go as well. It is about time that I went. What the hell is that? A salt cellar. That's really something. I have one more to show you, which is this weird distortion of Bun. I don't know what happened. What's going on? Her paw came off. What? Truly bizarre photo. Alrighty, Felix. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I may have another photo to show you. Of Bun looking as tiny as possible. Last parting gift for you. an extraordinarily tiny button. I took this with an electron microscope. Okay, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful night. And I will see you next stream.